News 3 has continuing team coverage of this case. David Douglas is live outside the courthouse after this afternoon's hearing with more on the allegations.
Andy Choi covering new information from the Department of Children and Families about its contact with the family. We start with David.
There are 9 charges total, Eric, in the realm of child abuse, child neglect, reckless endangerment, and in the case of the stepbrother, sexual assault. But those 9 may just be the beginning. Prosecutors expect to add additional charges as their investigation continues into a home where they say some children appear to be cared for while another was horrifically abused. As Melinda Draybeck Crichton walked into court, the allegations against her were getting worse. A criminal complaint says her stepdaughter fled after being told if she didn't hurry up and pick up some papers, Draybeck Crichton would take a knife and slit her throat.
She is currently unemployed. She does not have any income of her own at this point.
Her attorney argued for a reduced bail. The court commissioner increased it to $30,000, citing the severity of the allegations. In an interview with detectives, the girl said she didn't drink much water because then she'd have to pee in the basement, that she's underweight because she doesn't eat much, adding, quote, "I've always wanted to eat more." She also told them Draybeck Crichton wanted to be called Your Majesty and Master.
There also appears to have been ongoing sexual abuse at the hands of Joshua Draybeck occurring in the home with the knowledge of Mr. Crichton as well as his now wife, Melinda Draybeck.
Father Chad Crichton's bail was increased slightly as well, and stepbrother Joshua Draybeck will remain in jail on a probation hold. He's accused of forcing his stepsister to perform oral sex on him. As 2 women who say they side with the girl's biological mother left the courthouse, they objected to the bail amounts.
$20,000 isn't enough.
And we should note the actual bail amounts range from $22,500 to $30,000 for Melinda Draybeck Crichton, but you certainly understand their message. And what we've touched on in this complaint really is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more, including the fact that the girl says she was made to clean naked so she would not hide food in her clothes and sneak it back down into the basement. She also goes into detail about when she lived in Texas with her biological mother and stepfather there, that she was sexually abused by that man. In her words, we do know there is one perhaps bit of good news, and that is that since she has had access to food and is being cared for by doctors, she's put on 17 pounds. And you got to realize she was just found on February 6th. That's a very short amount of time to gain that kind of weight. Obviously, she was very underweight at the time.
Details that are hard to hear. All right, thank you, David.